Hi, everyone. I am so glad that you are here with me today as we embark on yet another chapter of The Greatest Miracle in the World by Mandino. Today, we're going to start on chapter 8 and see what was in the manila envelope. Dear Mr. Og, I am ill prepared to deal with the specific and time-consuming legalities of drawing up a last will and testament. Let this letter suffice. During the past year, you have brought love, companionship, laughter, and good conversation, not to mention an immortal red geranium into the life of an old rag picker. Rag pickers, by the very nature of their chosen profession, are not accustomed to being on the receiving end of life's finer gifts. Nor is it wise to become too closely attached to those whom one desires to help. Still, there are times when teachers must be taught, doctors must be cured, lawyers must be defended, comedians must be amused, and even rag pickers must be loved. I know you've loved me as I love you. It is fitting and right, therefore, that I bequeath the enclosed master copy of the God Memorandum to you, not only to fulfill my promise, but also to bring to a culmination that long series of seemingly miraculous coincidences between your book's great salesman and myself. Perhaps after you've benefited from much introspection and thought regarding our relationship, you will be able to put the past 12 months in their proper perspective and even come to the eventual conclusion that it was not as difficult a task for me to write a memorandum for God as it is for you to accept its existence. Since I know you to be an impetuous man, I am certain that long before you have reached this portion of my letter, you've already sought me out in vain and are now tormented with grief and concern for my well-being. Fear not. Banish all worry from your mind. In the words of another rag picker, I now ask you to grieve no more, for where I go, you cannot follow me. Not now, but one day you will. Do not forget that we have a contract, you and I. The God Memorandum is now in your possession, and it is my desire that you share it eventually with the world, but not only after you apply its principles to your own life, consonant with my instructions. Remember that the most difficult tasks are consummated not by a single explosive burst of energy or effort, but by consistent daily application of the best you have within you. To change one's life for the better, to resurrect one's body and mind from living death, requires many positive steps, one in front of the other, with your sights always on your goal. The God Memorandum is not only your ticket to a new life, it will do nothing for you unless you open your mind and your heart to receive it. By itself, it will move you not 1 inch in any direction. The means of transportation and the power to break your inertia must be generated by forces long dormant, but still alive within you. Follow these rules, and your forces will self-ignite. First, mark this day upon your calendar, then count forward 100 days and mark that day. This will establish the length of your mission without the necessity of your counting each day as you live it. Next, in this envelope, you will find a small safety pin to which has been attached a tiny piece of white rag in the shape of a square. This combination of pin and rag, two of the most common unprepossessing materials in the world, is your rag picker's secret amulet. Wear your amulet on your person in a place visible to you as a constant reminder during the next 100 days that you are trying to live as you are being instructed to live in the God Memorandum. Your pen and rag are symbols, a sign that you are in the process of changing your life from the pens and rags of failure to the treasures of a new and better life. Number 3, Do not, under any circumstances, under any conditions, divulge the meaning of your amulet to those who may inquire during your 100-day mission. Number 4, read the God Memorandum before you retire each night for 100 nights, and then sleep in peace, while the message you have read gradually seeps down into your deep mind that never sleeps. Let no reason or excuse force you to forego the reading for even one night. Gradually, as the days become weeks, you will notice great changes in yourself, as will those around you. By the 100th day, you will be a living miracle, a new person filled with beauty and wonder and ambition and ability. Then and only then, find someone who, like your old self, needs help. Give them 2 things, your rag picker's secret amulet and the God Memorandum. And one more thing to give to him, as I have given to you, love. I have a vision wherein I can see thousands upon thousands wearing our rag picker's amulets. People will encounter each other in the marketplace, on the street, in their places of worship, in their public conveyances, in their schools, and on their job, and they will look upon each other's insignificant pin and rag and smile at their brothers and sisters, for each will know that the other is embarked on the same mission, the same dream, with a common purpose, to change their own life for the better, and thus join together, change the world. Still, I prophesy many difficult situations ahead for you. Mr. Ogg, should you eventually decide to make the God Memorandum part of a future book, you will inevitably be asked by your publisher to make promotional tours as you have in the past for your other books. How will you explain the God Memorandum, since it will be impossible for you to either produce or even prove its creator, its author, ever existed? Severe challenges will be made on your integrity and perhaps your sanity by those who will refuse to believe your story if you recount it as we have experienced it. And who can blame them? It's not been so long since humans were crucified, beheaded, or burned for far less than you will be required to say in order to be absolutely truthful about me and the memorandum. Nevertheless, I leave it in your care with complete faith that you will tend it as you would a beloved child. I know how much you enjoy a dare, so I dare you to use it yourself. I dare you to publish it, and I dare you to share it with the world. Once you said you had a premonition about me. As you read these words, you know that we shall not see each other again for a long time. There will be no more hours together when we can sip our sherry in the peace and warmth of a loving friendship that knew no boundaries of time or space. And I leave you for now, not with sadness, but with satisfaction and joy. And we came together and walked arm in arm through this brief moment of eternity. Who could ask for more? Someday, when the world closes in on you, as it will from time to time, pour yourself a glass of sherry and thank your old rag picker. My blessings are with you always, and my only injunction to you is that you continue with your writing, no matter what the circumstances are that befall you. You have much yet to say, and the world needs you. The rag pickers need you. I need you. One of my dear friends, Socrates, in his last moments said, "The hour of my departure has arrived, and we go our ways, I to die and you to live. Which is better? God only knows." Mr. Ogg, I know which is better. To live is better. Live in happiness, everlasting peace, with love. Simon. I dropped his letter and stared at the pages of type. I picked up the small safety pin with its wisp of white rag and pinned the amulet to my jacket lapel. I reached across the desk and drew my 5-year calendar toward me. I circled the date and counted forward 100 days, bringing me well into the new year. I circled the 100th day. Tonight, before I turned off my bedside light, I would read the God memorandum as he had instructed. My hands were clenched together tightly. I lowered my head to my desk until my forehead touched it. Why was I crying? Was it because Simon had left me? Was it because I had suspected too late his true identity? Or was it because I knew that my life, my dreams, my world would never be the same again now that he had placed his hand upon me? That brings us to chapter 9, the God Memorandum. And I will be sharing that with you as a special treat and my gift to you right here. Thank you for joining me. I'm so glad you were here with me tonight. I love each and every one of you, and I can't wait until we get to meet again with the greatest miracle in the world.